from street photography, urban exploration, to portraiture, to long-term documentary. It all comes to storytelling, right? It's all telling stories. The point is, I don't believe in style. I think style is something others see in your work, but you don't see it. Over time, what I felt and saw is whatever is happening technically, what is more interesting to tell and to feel and to see is really the human aspect, how people are overcoming that in a beautiful way, thanks to their connection to the place, to work, to each other. My name is Skander Khlif. I'm a visual storyteller and I'm Tunisian. I grew up in Tunis and have lived for 20 years in Germany. When I was 12, my older brother handed me his camera and asked me to photograph the family. He just asked me, just frame and click. And I spent the day photographing old doors in Medina. And it was a great day. I felt instant connection. I understood the power of photography in a way, as simple as it was. With my very first pay as an engineer, I bought a reflex. So I put the complete salary in an expensive camera, spending the full day with machines. And I needed to go out after that. I needed the street and I needed people. I liked my job, but I liked photography more. I think it is that moment where it became a very strong passion. For me, everything starts with a story. It can be a personal story, it can be a feeling on the street, it can be something happening in events. There's always an atmosphere. It can start with a portrait, it can start with a very special light or something which reminds us of the past. Now here we are talking about a scene and a moment. When it comes to longer stories or a story built over time, you have the time to step back and to think about a global story and see what is missing and come back and search for someone else missing to tell that story. But the process is always built by spontaneity, thoughts, and some research. I remember 10 years ago, I made my first website. It was a turning point. You start to see yourself as a professional photographer. Story sometimes or very often is built during the editing. So you have images from here, from there, you have texts, you have memories. And once you put them together, you start to build them. So it helps you build your story. So like the tool in Lightroom are very important. The tool and the knowledge of building a website or a portfolio is very important. I believe that spontaneity is very, very important, especially at the moment when shooting. You need to feel the moment, you need to adapt, you need to have new information and to see what is happening, the emotions, to see things you cannot prepare in advance. If you know everything or prepare everything, it's useless to go and photograph. I wanted also to do a long-term dedicated project, meaning also spending a lot of time researching, reviewing, learning. During COVID, I was becoming a father. Naturally, it's the time and I have to go for it. It was obvious. At some point, it's so obvious you cannot deny it. That long-term project completely changed my way of editing. I really learned to be more brutal, to cut out images, to be more critical on my work. I really advise every photographer to start a long-term project in the sense that you really come back to your editing multiple times over weeks, months, or years. You are used to do shorter projects and to produce more. It is a bit challenging, but it is really rewarding. It's very important to structure the work, but it's also very important to feel.